It's time now for Tiger Talk, heard before each Salem Tiger basketball game with Stan Stevens and Coach Jared Patterson. And now Tiger Talk on KSMO Media.
Welcome to Tiger Talk. Stan Stevens, Coach Jared Patterson, coach of Salem Tigers, and Owensville Dutchman matched up on Friday night. It was a very even game, kind of went back and forth a little bit. Tigers got down, came back, took the lead, then got behind. And I got to give a lot of credit to Owensville. They kind of changed the pace of the game and slowed it down a little bit in the middle part and took kind of control in the third quarter, but Salem came back with a strong fourth quarter, just not enough to get that win.
Yes, I mean, same old thing, a competitive game. Owensville is a good team. They came out with a good game plan. Back and forth game. We, had some opportunities there in the first half to kind of pull away a little bit and just came up short. We tried to press and get up in them, throw some different looks, different zone defenses, and, they just kind of hung around the whole game, and then they made a little run in the third quarter, and then we came back in the fourth and, just came up short. Fouls were an issue again. Mm-hmm. They shot a lot of free throws, and, they kind of slowed the pace, got to the free throw line, and, they executed down the stretch. And we told the boys, this is one of those games. Every single possession, every single little thing matters. One turnover, a free throw, a missed block out, stuff like that matters. And, to win these type of games, you have to execute. And, you have to get the job done and, execute down the stretch.
And you want the kids to be aggressive, but when you're starting to get into foul trouble, you have to watch that aggression, especially on offensive rebounds, where it can cost you, especially if the teams are in the bonus, because you go over the back or you get too aggressive and you start bumping into people. Coach, that's kind of what happened to Salem Tigers as the Meyer kid got fouled in his defensive zone as we got very aggressive, ended up hitting 2 free throws, and that put them back in the lead, and they never relinquished it from there.
Yes. They shot a ton of free throws in the first half, and, those fouls racked up. And the second half, they only shot 6 free throws. So the first half was just a lot of fouls, and we're trying to switch that in practice. Our big thing last year, we weren't physically, tough. We were very weak and stuff. And so in practice, we're trying to be extra physical and, hands-on and make sure they're blocking out, things like that. And, I think these first few games, it's translated into fouls in the game. And so yesterday, every time something happened, we blew the whistle. And, it was very adamant that we're watching those fouls because it's really costing us down the stretch. Guys having to sit on the bench and watch instead of out there playing.
And, one of the things, and there's an art to drawing a foul, too, and some players know it better. I think Caden Du Bois is probably the best for the Salem Tigers in drawing charges, Coach, and it is an art. But, sometimes you get hit pretty good when you are drawing those charges, and you can pay a price for that, too, can't you?
Yes. I heard on the radio the other day, the radio announcers were talking about all the charges called, so it seems like there's been a lot of charges called these first few games of the season. I'm not sure if the refs are emphasizing that, but, it was both ways. We had several charges drawn and called on us as well. So Caden Du Bois is really good at reading that. He's good at reading the help side and stepping up and taking it in the chest. And, that's a big momentum shift when a kid can take a charge like that.
And you have to read the player because some players are going to take the ball to the hoop no matter what. And if he knows that, he can get in the path of them because they'll normally put their head down and drive the basket as hard as they can. And then there's Caden and bang, you get the charge. But, again, it does take a toll on Caden because you usually get popped pretty good.
Yes. In the scouting report, we usually have, kids that like to tuck their head and go to the basket, and Cuba has a couple of those guys tonight, so that'll be on the scouting report tonight, and hopefully we can pick up a couple big ones. District game tonight, so another big battle for us, another big challenge.
When you're seeing your Tiger team, you came off that win at Dixon. You obviously you're still honing in the way you want these guys to play, and you've got some home games to do it with. You know that the kids are probably pressing a little bit more to get that first home win. Is that something that you see the kids maybe squeezing the ear out of the ball a little bit more, trying to make that last key shot or trying to be the hero at home? Do you see that at all, Coach?
Yeah, I don't know if I'd say that. These kids, I know they want to win. They were, they're very upset when we come up short, especially like that. I know the mentality's been different. We expect to win now, and that's a good thing for the kids. They're expecting to win, expecting to be successful, and in front of the crowd, all their friends are there, family, everybody. It's a lot of pressure on high school kids, and so try to make it as easy possible. With the scouting reports, make them comfortable, and I just felt like a lot of things went right for Owensville on Friday night. They had a couple bank threes early in the game, all those free throws, just kind of the bouncing, some calls going their way, just things like that. It seemed like didn't go our way and went their way, and, that's how it is some nights. Hopefully tonight it'll be different story.
And this week is a busy week because we have 3 games. You got the game tonight with Cuba, tomorrow night Viburnum, St. James on Friday. So the Tigers are going to get their fill of basketball, and then you turn around and you're right back at the following week. So, this is a great time to really start working in those systems, and you're going to see them pay off here very soon because we know SCA play starts in the second half of the season, but you want to go into that Christmas tournament with a team on a run, and right now is a good time to start that run against Cuba.
Yes, we have. It's very busy. So when you play on Friday night and you're turned around, you play Monday, Tuesday, it's a lot of work, a lot of getting stuff in really quickly, and having a district opponent tonight. It's a big game. District seeding comes into play. But really, honestly, after Owensville, we told the boys, it's like, hey, we want to be playing our best basketball in January, February. Once districts gets here, of course we're playing to win, and of course we're playing to beat these guys and be successful and play good basketball. But, we got to think big picture here. Are we playing our best basketball once the conference and district rolls around?
Tell us a little bit about Cuba. Would you coach?
Okay, so Cuba, very senior heavy. It starts with number 12, Dylan Buell. He's a very big, strong kid, 6'4", really a tough matchup, kind of like the Payne kid, but even bigger. Likes to take it to the basket. He does the dirty work, rebounding, driving. He's our big guy inside. They have a few guards. Number 2, Kyle Ray, is a good player. Tall, lanky, athletic kid, can shoot it. Number 3, Hunter Smith. He's another senior, another tall, lanky kid, can shoot. Parker Stewart, number 10, another senior. He's kind of a defensive guy, passer, sets the man up. And then they've been starting number 15 some. He's a sophomore, Preston Heads, really athletic kid, can drive it, attacks the basket really well. So they really have a senior-heavy team. They play a little diamond press, back to zone. We've seen some film on them where they man-to-man, but they, play really tough. They've lost several games, but it's just been by 2 or 3 points, and it's been really close, kind of dogfights. We're going to get their best punch tonight, so we're excited for the challenge.
So similar to what the Salem Tigers have gone through, you've been losing these games by a few points. You're really down just a couple of points. You go into the latter part of the game, obviously, and you have to follow things. Sometimes the score isn't indicative of the game. But, boy, I tell you what, Coach, you got 2 teams right now that are just chomping at the bit to get that next win, aren't they?
Yes, and I think you'll see that from the tip-off tonight. 2 teams that are wanting to win, district game. It's going to be a battle for sure. Their coach is really good coach. They play super hard, super aggressive. So each possession is going to matter, and it's going to come down to the end.
All right, Coach. The very best of luck tonight against the Wildcats of Cuba. Good luck, Coach.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Thank you, sir. Stay tuned. Tiger basketball. It is next.
Thank you, Stan. That has been Tiger Talk with Coach Jared Patterson. Stay tuned. Salem Tiger basketball comes your way next.
Sorry, Dad.
Sure, you could get him a new car. You could also light a pile of money on fire. Because as long as Mr. It Wasn't My Fault takes the wheel on occasion, maintaining this car is your best option. So keep it running longer, stronger, with quality parts and a whole lot of Napa know-how.
Dad, where are you going?
Relationships. It's not just being on a first-name basis. It's a partnership built on trust. This is Scott Ball, president of the Bank of Salem. Since 1883, the Bank of Salem has been serving our local community with a kind of personal service and professionalism that builds relationships. We've earned the trust of our customers with over a century of strength and stability, never once changing our name or compromising customer service. Stop by one of our 2 locations in Salem, visit our website, or download our free mobile app. The Bank of Salem, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Welcome to this KSMO media broadcast of Salem Tiger Basketball. Tonight's game is brought to you by K&H Auto Supply, Salem Memorial District Hospital, Farm Bureau Insurance, Bank of Salem, Napa Auto Parts, Monet Auto Supply, Tax Masters, Southwest Baptist University, Salem Campus, Town and Country Insurance, Terrell Complete Auto Care, Edward Jones, Duncan Family Chiropractic, Ozark Overhead Door LLC, State Farm Insurance, Salem Trust, Southtown Furniture, Stephen Patterson, Attorney at Law, Living the Dream Outdoor Properties, Wilson Mortuary, Align by Design Health Center, Town and Country Bank, Healthy Dent County, Elwood Real Estate, Dent County Veterinary Clinic, Hometown Mechanical, Town Screen LLC. And now get ready for Salem Tiger Basketball.
We welcome you to Salem High School Gymnasium. It's time for Salem Tiger Basketball as they take on the Cuba Wildcats. And that's tonight. Cuba comes in looking to, I won't say upset the Tigers, but they beat them last year. Tigers looking to get a little revenge on that. And they hope to play a little bit better game than they did against Owensville. They played pretty good against Owensville. They had moments that they would go on runs. Unfortunately, too many fouls got them in trouble. They had to make too many changes. It gets the flow of the team out of balance. And I know Coach Patterson mentioned that in our Tiger Talk about the number of fouls that we take. And the Tigers do have to cut back on that. An unfortunate situation against Owensville that gave them a lot of free throws. They were only 5 of 15 in that first half. And they were able to shoot 5 of 6 in the second half. But unfortunately, the damage by getting the fouls makes the coach have to make those changes to keep players from fouling out. So Jared did a good job of that. Unfortunately, some three-point shots near the end of the game would not fall to tie the game. The Tigers lose it by that 3, 57-54. But they would sure like to come back with a win tonight over the Cuba Wildcats. Cuba will be starting out they have a senior-laden team. They have 6 seniors and 1 junior and 5 sophomores on this team. Senior Kyle Ray will be starting out along with senior Hunter Smith. Parker Stewart, another senior, he'll be starting, as will Dylan Beal. Now, Dylan Beal is a senior. He's a very good player. He wears number 12, and you'll be seeing him out there. And Joel Sanders, also a senior, gets the start tonight. So 5 seniors starting for Cuba tonight. And here's the starters for the Salem Tigers.
Peyton Richter, junior. John Conkle, senior. Bryson May, junior. Caden Gately, junior. Hayden Sanders, junior.
Watching on the video stream, they're in the black with the gold and white trim on the shorts and the gold and white trim on the front part of the jersey. They have the white numbers trimmed outlined in gold on the black jersey. Salem Tigers in their home whites with the navy blue numbers and lettering, and also the navy blue decor on the side of the hip. So we're ready to get underway. Tigers, Wildcats. It's basketball time on KSMO Radio. Gately against Beal, and the ball goes down, tipped by Gately, but it goes into the hands of Smith. Hunter Smith flips it back into the circle. Waiting for it there. It's Parker Stewart. Stewart goes right side. Giving it there. It is Sanders. We're back out on top to Kyle Ray. Ray in the right corner. Back into the middle of the floor to Stewart. Goes trying to go left side. Goes to Beal. Underneath it goes, laying it up and missing the shot, but getting his own rebound and scoring is Sanders. Sanders, big kid out there. Plays football for Cuba. That ball stolen away on a pass by Richter by Ray. And they have it in the corner. Ray Goes back out on top to Smith. They go between the circles, left side to Stewart. Now back underneath. Beal is tied up there by Gately. Possession arrow will favor the Salem Tigers. First turnover by Cuba. 2-0 Wildcats. Richter is taken out, and Henry Cameron in the game for the Salem Tigers. Here's May. Cuba with some pressure in the forecourt. Off to Cameron. Back to May between the circles. Bryson trying to spin away from Stewart. Off to Henry Cameron. Cameron looking outside. Goes back to Gunnar Conkle. Left side, Bryson May beyond 3. Tigers unable to penetrate yet. Here's Cameron trying to dance in. Back to May. Open for the 3. Doesn't take it. Comes inside. His shot underneath is fouled. Partially blocked, but he is fouled. And May goes to the line. He will shoot 2. So Joel Sanders gets his first foul of the game, and May to the line to shoot 2. Bryson's first one, it is good. Coach Patterson not trying to take away the initiative of the Tigers to drive in, but definitely wants to make sure they do so smartly and play defense smartly as well. We're tied 2-2. Let's see how this game pans out as Stewart trying to bring it up against some pressure by the Salem Tigers. Gives it left side to Ray. Ray in his own zone. Flips it back to Stewart. They're very close to a 10 count, and they get it. Parker Stewart could not get the ball across the line. Good pressure by the Salem Tigers, forcing the 10 count and the turnover. Here's Henry Cameron over the timeline. Left side pass to Gunnar Conkle. Conkle inside to May. May trying to take it to the hole. Loops it up left-handed, but it will not fall. And Smith brings it down. Bryson right underneath the basket when he got it. Tried to circle around, but didn't get the job done. Smith outside to Ray. Goes left side. Beal trying to dance in. Kicks it outside, but he walked with the ball. Dylan Beal made the move in the paint. Shifted his feet. And gets the walk. Sanders to May. May back to Sanders. Now to Henry Gorman. That ball knocked down by Stewart. Goes out of bounds at the Salem Tiger bench. 2-2 our score. We've played about 1 minute and 54 seconds. Here's May. Looking to try and get it across the timeline. Fires it down to Gunnar Conkle. Has pass intended for Gately. Was tipped out of bounds by Joel Sanders with a good glove save. Don't forget Blues hockey tonight for those on the radio side. Delayed game will start about 8:30. Pass comes outside to Conkle. Under 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. We're still tied. Gately back to Conkle. Ball loose on the floor. Gunnar can't get it. Comes down to Ray, and Ray will lay it in. Second steal by Cuba in this game. The pass intended for Henry Cameron way in front of him and low. That ball turned over. The third turnover by the Salem Tigers. 4-2 Cuba. That's an unforced error. We were talking about that with Coach Patterson. The unforced turnovers by the Salem Tigers against Owensville. Now they've got 2 against Cuba. Pass goes inside to Beal. Beal triple team goes outside to Stewart. Left side pass to Smith. That ball stolen away by Sanders underneath. Here's Conkle down, 4-2. Cuba with the lead. Conkle lofts it up there. It's good. Just a little baby loft shot by Gunnar Conkle from about 5 feet away. Ball hits the rim. Pinball's in. We're tied at 4. Pass coming to Stewart. Goes down the corner. Waiting for that is Ray. Kyle Ray back to Hunter Smith. Now on top to Stewart. Stewart, stockily built lad, wears number 10, goes right side to Smith. Smith on top, Ray back to Stewart left side. Looking inside to Beal on the baseline. Beal on the left wing. Back out on top to Stewart. Cuba right now playing on the perimeter quite a bit. Now to Beal. Beal's tied up, and they're going to call foul instead on Gately. He tied him up. Unfortunately, the official felt there was contact made before the tie-up. So Caden Gately gets his first. First team fouled on Salem. The inbound comes to Beal, and Beal will be fouled again by either Cameron or Gately, and it's going to be called on Gately again. Salem was not ready for that inbound. And that forced Caden Gailey to get 2 fouls in less than 1 second. 4-4 our score. Dylan Beal the line. His free throw is good. Gailey will check out. Caden DuBois comes in. Salem was caught flat-footed on that inbound pass. Next free throw also good. 6-4 our score. Pressure by Cuba. Pass up to May. 3-on-2. May all the way down now to Gunnar Conkle. Missed everything. Comes down the hands of Smith. Gunnar had a lot more time, I think, than he knew and tried to rush that shot. Pass goes into Smith. Smith back to Stewart. Stewart right into Tiger insignia here at center court. Driving against May. Stops. Goes down to Ray. Kyle Ray in the corner. Flips it all the way across to Stewart. Stewart back to Ray in the corner. Fakes the 3. Back out on top to Stewart. Stewart backs out from the top of the key. Left side pass to Smith. Smith trying to make a move. Flipping it back to Beal. Threw it away. His pass back to Beal over his shoulder and out of bounds. Salem Tigers get that ball back. Henry Cameron over to Bryson May. May will bring it across the timeline, loses the ball out of bounds. Again, some unforced errors made by Salem, costing him a little bit here early on. 6-4, very low scoring first quarter as Stewart comes out. Both teams playing some pretty good defense. So pass goes across to Beal in the corner, waiting for Adair Smith. Smith takes the 3. It's up and good. Hunter Smith extends the lead out to 9-4 as Henry Cameron gets it back to DuBois. Back to Cameron down the right side. Gives it back to DuBois. Right side pass to Sanders. His three-pointer. It's good. Hayden Sanders answered from the right corner. Stewart back over to Smith. Smith flips it across. Tip there. Taken down by Ray. Ray in the offensive zone. Goes to Beal. Beal carried it. No call there. Back to Stewart. Stewart backs out. He calls out the play, giving it to Beal on the perimeter. Getting it to Ray. Kyle Ray goes back to Stewart. Stewart driving in. Turns, spins, goes inside. Getting it there, Sanders. Out to Beal on the baseline. Kicks it all the way out. And the shot put up. A foul called underneath, I believe, on Caden DuBois. Did not hear the whistle, but I saw the players kind of stop. The inbound comes out to Beal. Beal trying to drive against Cameron. Goes outside to Ray. Ray backs out now to Smith. Smith down low to Beal. Beal on the baseline, guarded there by Sanders. Flips it back to Ray for the 3. It's good again. He's got 5 and the lead back to 5 for Cuba. May across to Henry Cameron. Cameron Henry. Henry Cameron. Cameron Henry. Both names would be good, wouldn't it? Anyway, here comes Gunnar Conkle. It's Henry Cameron, by the way. Conkle has it. Back to Cameron. Spins, turns. Trying to get away from Stewart. Going to get a 5 count. And timeout called by Coach Patterson. Save the turnover. 2:05 to go first quarter. It's Cuba 12, Salem 7. We'll come back in 30 seconds. This is Tiger Basketball on KSMO Media.
I'm Dr. Tiffany Bland with Salem Memorial District Hospital. Recently, there have been many changes within our local clinics and hospitals, and you may find yourself looking for a new provider for your children. At SMDH, we would like to reach out to the community to let you know that we do see patients of all ages. Most of our providers are family practice, which means that we have been trained to see well-child visits as well as sick visits. Salem Memorial District Hospital. Every patient, every encounter, every time.
Hey, don't forget, it takes a lot of great sponsors to make our broadcast possible. We always want to thank them for allowing us to be here to bring you these games and the parade on Saturday. Hope you had a chance to see it. If not, you can still watch it. Like J&D Automotive, Denton County Vet Clinic, All Hometown Mechanical, and Line by Design Family Services. Hayden Sanders ready to inbound it to Henry Cameron. Cameron trying to get away from Stewart, goes back to Sanders. Sanders guarded there by Ray. Man-to-man coverage right now by Cuba. Now back over to Henry Cameron. On top, Sanders, left side pass to May. May on that perimeter, trying to get away from Kyle Ray. Looking inside, nobody there. Goes to Gunnar Conkle, left side. All the way across to Sanders, down low. Henry Cameron back to Sanders. The three-pointer up too hard. Off the back of the iron, tipped and brought down and controlled by Kyle Ray. Giving it off to Stewart. With a minute and a half to go. Ball stolen away by the Salem Tigers. Here they come the other way. Sanders now to Gunnar Conkle. Conkle trying to run through, walks with the ball. Tripped over the foot of Stewart. 6 turnovers now for Salem in this first quarter. As the same amount for the Wildcats. Each team with a couple of steals. Right now, the pass to Ray. Giving it off to Smith all the way down. Lost the ball. Taken there. And still loose on the floor. Picked up by Henry Cameron. Comes down to May. Lays it up and in after neither team wanted the ball. Tigers get it eventually and score to make it a 3-point game. Now the ball almost stolen away by Henry Cameron. 3-on-2 the other way. Du Bois puts his paw out there, the big Tiger paw, and he steals that one away. Over to Gunnar Conkle, 12-9. Pass goes on top to May. May, right side pass to Henry Cameron. Cameron inside to Gunnar Conkle, to the paint, to the hole, flip shot, good. 1-point ball game with Cuba in the lead as Stewart goes right side to Smith. Down into the offensive zone to Ray. Ray has Sanders on the backside, but goes out to Parker Stewart. He backs it up, slows it down. 18 seconds to go in the quarter. 12-11, Cuba. Outside it goes to Smith. He's hit a 3 already. Inside to Beal. Beal is hit by Caden Du Bois, and he'll draw the foul. Actually, they're going to call that one on Conkle, not on Du Bois. I saw the 3 go up, thought it was Caden, but it was not. Beal misses the free throw. Beal's our inside guy, and the Tigers so far in this first quarter have done a pretty good job on keeping him from taking it right to the hole. But he has had free throw opportunities, and he's hit 3 of 4. 13-11 our score, 8 seconds to go. Now the ball stolen away. Quickly the other way, here comes Ray. 3 seconds left, a quick 3 is up and good by Kyle Ray. He's got 8 to lead everybody after the steal and the turnover by the Salem Tigers. It's a 16-11 game after 1 quarter of play. We'll come back in 1 minute. This is Tiger Basketball on KSMO Media.
Duncan Family Chiropractic provides chiropractic care to everyone from newborn to elderly. Dr. Duncan treats wellness, sports injuries, chronic ear infections, pregnancy, and more. Ask Dr. Duncan about your full line of supplements, including Juice Plus and standard processed supplements, as well as pain relief, BioFreeze products.
If you have the audacity to believe a financial advisor should talk with you, not at you.
If you believe access to your financial advisor should be a right, not a privilege.
Join the nearly 7 million investors who think like you do. FaceTime and Think Time make a difference.
Join us.
Join us.
At Edward Jones, it's how we make sense of investing.
We played 1 quarter here at Salem, 16-11. Cuba has the lead. It was a 1-point game. As Dylan Beal hit a free throw, the Tigers turned it over with under 10 or 12 seconds left. And Kyle Ray hit a quick 3, making it a 16-11 game. 3 threes in that first quarter for Cuba. Jesse Elrod comes in the ball game. Hammered down to Hayden Sanders. The Salem inbounds it inside to Gunnar Conkle. He lost the ball. Another steal for Cuba. Bounce pass went right out over his head. Elrod down in the corner to Ray. Back to Elrod. Left side pass to Smith, down to Beal. Beal trying to go baseline, stops, short jumper off the glass, no good. Can't get his own rebound as Henry Cameron brings it down. Back the other way. Cameron outside to Sanders. Sanders on the perimeter, trying to spin, goes to DuBois in the corner. Down low to May, off the glass and in. Bryson May spotted up nicely. And it's a three-point ball game. Ball loose on the floor, knocked away, kept alive though by Ray. Now across to Elrod. Elrod fires it back to Smith. In the corner, Ray. Back to Smith. Smith outside to Elrod. Elrod trying to get away from Conkle. Goes back to Hunter Smith. Right at the top of the key, left side pass, Ray. They play catch on the perimeter. They go back to Smith, back to Ray. All across to Smith to Elrod. Very close pass right there. Tigers almost picked it off. That pass stolen away by Conkle. Conkle the other way to May. May all the way down, scoops it up, doesn't get it to go. Out of bounds off Cuba as Elrod and Max Kimberlin kind of bumped up underneath the basket. Elrod and Kimberlin check out as Sanders comes back in the game, as does Parker Stewart. 6.5 to go. The inbound to May. May trying to climb the ladder. He gets fouled. He'll shoot two. On the inbound pass, Bryson gets fouled. He'll head back to the line. He's 2 for 2 from the stripe, but Salem is 2 for 2 from the stripe. Foul is called on Joel Sanders, his second. He's the only Wildcat with fouls. Free throw by May is good. 6:31 to go in the half. Brendan Hanger ready to check in. I think he's going to come in for May. 16-14 our score. Bryson with yet another one. This one is no good. And it's taken down underneath the basket by Ray. And then the foul on Bryson May. Salem now with 5 team fouls. 6:29 to go in the first half. Cuba just 2 team fouls. The inbound comes down to Stewart. Stewart trying to get out, pushes off a little bit, now to Beal. Beal in the offensive zone to Ray. Ray guarded by Sanders, back to Beal. Beal trying to spin around, gives it back to Ray. Long three-pointer up, no good. Ball tipped and controlled there by Tre'Than Richter back in the ball game. Trey comes across the timeline to Gunnar Conkle. To the paint, stops, back to Richter. Richter left side pass to DuBois. DuBois looking inside, nothing there, goes baseline to Conkle. Pass across to Hanger, lost it, got it back. And the ball goes off the thigh of Hanger out of bounds. That's turnover number 9 for the Salem Tigers in this first half. Another unforced error on the Salem Tigers. Pass comes to Beal. Beal flips a long pass down to Smith. Goes back to Stewart right at the Salem Tiger insignia at center court. Moves to his right, trying to get away from Richter. Stewart kicks it outside alone. It's Ray. A three, no good. Comes down in the hands of Beal. Beal goes right over top of DuBois. First he called a charge, and then he changed his mind and called a blocking foul. Official first called a charge, then changed his mind, called DuBois for the foul. Team 6th, and Beal will go, and I think the officials are going to huddle up. They may reverse that. They're going to count the bucket? No way. They are. So Dylan Beal gets credit for the bucket. And he'll shoot the free throw. Wow. Talk about a total change. Free throw is no good, and Gately back in the game brings down the rebound. To Brendan Hanger. Hanger with 5:25 to go. Gives it off to Richter. Richter out high, goes left side. Looking for it there is Gunnar Conkle. Cuba go back into a bit of a zone here. Goes over now to Sanders. Down to DuBois on the baseline. Goes back out to Richter. A long three. It's good. Trey Richter hits the three. It's a 1-point game. With that ball going up to Ray was Stewart. Now down the right side, Smith with 4:55 to go. Back to Stewart between the circles. Moving again to his right. Stewart trying to get away from Hanger. Stewart pulls it up, goes down low to Ray. Ray trying to get the shot off, can't. Goes back outside to Smith. His shot no good. And pulled down there by Sanders. Sanders back out to Smith. Inside to Beal, flipping it out intended for Ray, but the pass by Beal to Ray was a little bit too high and off to his right. As he was breaking toward the basket, the ball eluded him. Goes out of bounds. Turnover number 9 for Cuba. 4.5 to go here in this first quarter. 18-17 Wildcats. Pass to Du Bois, now to Richter. Quickly to Gunnar Conkle. Conkle stops. 10-footer. Good. Salem Tigers have the lead. That's 6 for Gunnar now, and the Tigers up by 1. Stewart flips the left side to Beal. Beal moving up the floor, getting double teamed. Fires it down deep to Ray. Ray, 9-footer. His shot will not go. And Cameron brings down that rebound. Henry all the way down, trying to kick it back to Richter. He does. Underneath to Gately, trying to bank it in. It would not fall. With nice, good passing there by the Tigers. But Gately threw a little bit of a rock off the backboard, and the ball spun out. Here's Stewart firing across to Smith. 3:45 to go, first half. 19-18, Salem Tigers on top. Parker Stewart slowing it down. He'll be fouled there by Trey Richter, and he'll go to the line to shoot a 1-and-1 on the bonus. Trey going for that steal, gets his first foul, but again, talk about kind of a silly foul. That one with no one around. No need to go for that foul. Trey gets the first, but he puts Stewart at the line to shoot the 1-and-1. .338 to go in this, the first half. It's a tight ball game, 19-18. Stewart's free throw is no good, but brought down by Beal. Beal goes back up, and he'll draw the foul off Sanders. So Beal gets the rebound. That forces Hayden Sanders to elevate, and he comes down and makes contact with Beal. So he will now shoot 2. Beal has shot 5 free throws in this first half. He's got 2 more coming. This one's good to tie it up. May in for Sanders. 19-19 our score. Next one by Beal also good, and Cuba back on top. The inbound to Henry. Henry to the timeline, picked up there by Stewart. Trying to flip it down and threw it away, trying to get it to Gunnar Conkle. Instead stolen away, and back comes Cuba all the way down. Beal off the glass and in. Nice spin move, and now Cuba with a 3-point lead after the turnover. Points off turnover. Salem Tigers have 10. Cuba has scored on half of those. Here's Richter all the way down. He lays it up and in. 1-point ball game as Stewart flips it out to Smith inside of Kyle Ray. Ray giving it off to Parker Stewart. That's kind of where I was kind of combining names there. Stewart across to Beal. Beal can't get in, goes outside to Ray. Kyle top of the key, back to Stewart. Parker flips down the right corner to Smith. Down low to Sanders, and he'll be fouled there by Gunnar Conkle. Gunnar a step late getting there on defense. Gunnar gets his second foul. And it will put Sanders at the line to shoot. Well, I didn't see what they called. I think he's going to shoot 2. First one's no good. Beal is 5 of 7 from the stripe. Parker Stewart had a free throw, and now Sanders has had a free throw, and they've missed those. Salem's only had 4 free throws in the first half. Next one is up and good by Sanders. 2-point lead for Cuba, 23-21, as Evan Hiley checks in. Hiley also a senior. All 6 seniors now have seen time in the game. As Richter brings it down. 2-point game. Du Bois has it on top. Gately. Gately starts his move inside. Fadeaway jumper will not go. Brought down by Gunnar Conkle. Fadeaway jumper will not fall. Comes out in the hands of Hiley. Gives it off to Stewart. And then Richter will draw the foul. And that will put Stewart at the line to shoot 2 free throws. So Parker Stewart to the line. Hits the free throw. Hanger comes in for Richter. Traded with 5 points in the game. A little out of control there on that foul. I don't think Coach Patterson is very happy about it. This free throw is no good. Tipped and comes down in the hands of May, who then throws it right to Ray. Get in the corner. Here's Beal. Beal to the hole. Jump shot no good. Gets his own rebound, but he can't hold on to it. Here comes Brendan Hanger with 2 minutes to go in the half. 24-21. Du Bois with a 3. Rims out, no good. Gately with a rebound. Gately lost it. It was knocked away from him. Another steal by Cuba. Back they come. 24-21. With that ball, Parker Stewart driving in. Kicks it outside to Smith. Now to Beal. Beal backs out behind the 3-point arc. Getting it to Smith. Hanging on to it. Smith in the corner. Stewart. Stewart hanging on to it. They leave him to shoot. He won't do it. Now back to Smith. Hunter Smith back to Stewart for the 3. It's up and good. They dared him to shoot. He did, and he hit it. 6-point lead for Cuba. That coming off a turnover in the offensive zone. Here's Gunnar Conkle trying to drive in. His bait shot too hard. Goes off the backboard, off the rim, and is pulled down by Stewart. And then Salem's going to get yet another foul in the offensive zone. Exactly what Coach Patterson was talking about not happening. And Salem is doing it again. So Gunnar Conkle now with 3 fouls. Stewart back to the line to shoot 2 more as they're in the double bonus. It was 4-2 in fouls for Cuba. Just 2.5 minutes ago. Salem's gotten 6 fouls in that short period of time. Stewart has another one coming. 28-21 with 1:04 to go. And the next one is also good. So Stewart now with 6 points all in the second quarter. A 3 and 3 free throws. The lead now 8 for Cuba. Hanger trying to get by Stewart. Stops, kicks it outside to May. May trying to drive down low. All the way does and scores. 29-23. Tigers full court pressure. Getting by him is Smith. Smith stops, pulls it up, goes back to Stewart. Stewart out high on the right wing, trying to get away from Hanger. Stewart, bounce pass down to Smith. Back to Stewart, goes off his fingertips, and he steps on the line. He goes back court. 10th turnover now for Cuba with 28.6 seconds left. Stewart trying to keep his foot away from the line, but got the side of his foot as he went back and tried to turn his foot sideways, but he got part of the line. Inbound comes to Richter. Richter with 25 seconds left. Back to May. May back to Trey Richter. Right near center court. Trey gets a pick. Stops trying to drive in. Can't go in. Kicks it across. Ball loose. Stolen away. Tried to flip it off to Sanders, and that didn't work. Cuba was ready for it. Pass the other way. Down low Beal for a 3. It's rims out. Comes down to Ray. That one will not go. One more crack at it. It will not fall. Ray and Sanders each had cracks at that shot at the last second, but it would not fall for Cuba, and they outscored the Salem Tigers here in the second quarter, by a score of 13-12, and they lead after one half by a score of 29-23. We'll take a 3-minute break and come back with stats on that first half. This is Tiger Basketball on KSMO Media.
I am a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent, and I'm here to talk about life, your dreams, your work, your family, and how you can protect it all with a company that will talk to you with the honesty of a farmer and take care of you with the integrity of a neighbor. I'll make sure no detail is left uncovered so your family can breathe easy. Because just like you, I chose to build a life in Missouri too. I'm a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent, and I'm from Missouri for life.
Every project is different, which is why Salem Truss uses modern engineering software to design, then construct quality trusses for your home, barn, or business. The size of the job doesn't matter, but the quality of the work does, which is why Salem Truss will deliver their trusses anywhere. Proud to support the Salem community, they're open Monday through Thursday from 7:30 to 4:30 and Friday from 7:30 until 11. For more information, call Salem Truss at 729-9276.
Southwest Baptist University campus in Salem provides quality higher education close to home for residents of Dent County and the surrounding areas. The classes at SBU Salem campus are taught in the afternoon and evenings, making a degree attainable for people who are in the workforce or can't afford to go off to get a degree. We offer degrees in nursing, which is an RN Bridge program, elementary education. For more information on the degrees and programs, please contact admissions counselor Chris Welch to schedule an appointment as a prospective or returning student.
Southtown, where the bargains are. We've got everything from furniture to appliances, quality floor covering. We won't be undersold, you'll see. To you, that is our guarantee. Southtown Furniture, where the bargains are.
Your legacy. Protect it, prosper, and pass it on. Stephen Patterson, attorney at law, specializes in real estate planning, probate, family law, and business law. A Salem native, Stephen Patterson provides comprehensive representation to clients throughout southern Missouri. If you need assistance, contact Stephen Patterson, attorney at law, at 573-453-2529.
Surprisingly great rates? Contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Cameron Irway in Salem today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Appreciate you joining us on your Monday night. We got Blues hockey on the radio side coming your way on a delayed basis as the Blues take on the New York Rangers. And that game will get underway about 8:30 tonight right here on KSMO immediately after Tiger Basketball. 29-23, Cuba on top. Too many mistakes by the Salem Tigers in this one. Way too many turnovers. And as we mentioned, and you heard Tiger talk, Coach Patterson talking about too many fouls. And that's what happened again late in that first half. Tigers had only 4 fouls with 3 minutes and 22 seconds left to go in the half. He ended up with 12. That's 8 fouls in that short period of time. And in doing so, Cuba was able to tally 5 out of 7 free throws in that time. You have a 6-point lead at 5 free throws right there and some of that fouling. But it also put one of your better players on the bench. Gunnar Conkle with 3 fouls ended up sitting down that last minute or so, almost minute or so in that quarter. So in that second quarter. Trey Richter has 2 fouls. Caden Gately got 2 fouls in about a second back in the first quarter, had to sit down. And Caden DuBois has 2 fouls. Only one Cuba player has fouls. That's Joel Sanders, and he has 2 of them. Leading scorer in the game, Dylan Beal, he has 9 for Cuba. He's followed up by Kyle Ray with 8, 6 for Parker Stewart, and 3 each for Hunter Smith and Joel Sanders. For the Salem Tigers, their leading scorer is Bryson May. Bryson has 9 points. He's followed by Gunnar Conkle with 6. Trey Richter has 5, and Hayden Sanders has 3. Salem Tigers are 3 of 4 from the stripe in that first half. While Cuba, well, they had a few more opportunities. They were 3 of 4 in the first quarter, and then they were 6 of 8 in the second quarter, so they're 9 of 12. 75% from the free throw line in that first half. And 9 versus 3, that's 6 points. That's our difference right now in the game. Both teams created quite a few turnovers, and I'm sure neither coach very happy about that. Salem had 13 turnovers. Of those 13, 7 of them were unforced turnovers, which means Salem players either threw the ball out of bounds, dribbled it off their foot, did something to create the turnover, was not forced by a Cuba player to where they're cutting it off and they're forcing a bad pass and things of that nature. Cuba had 10 turnovers. Of those, 4 were not forced by the Salem Tigers. 8 steals for Cuba in that first half, and 5 for the Salem Tigers. So the Tigers with some not so good play on the offensive side, not being able to really get down. Saw Caden Gailey with a good opportunity to lay one in, hit it a little, threw it off the backboard a little too hard. Bryce May hit the bottom of the rim, and Gunnar Conkle put one over the backboard, off the backboard and over top of the basket as well. So Tigers have had their chances. They just have not been able to get some consistency in their play, and hopefully Coach Patterson can get that done here in the second half to where they can get that pace to where Salem Tigers are comfortable. We are at halftime, and as far as second half goes, Salem Tigers' third quarter has been their worst quarter all season long. So let's see if they can change that around here out against the Cuba Wildcats when we do come right back. Speaking of, let's talk a little bit about three-point shots. Salem had 2 of them go down in that first half. The Cuba Wildcats, they had 3 of them, make that 4 of them go down in that first half. So no matter how you look at it, there's a 6-point swing in a number of different ways, in the three-point shooting and the free throw shooting. So you've got a lot of different ways that say, okay, one way or another, the Tigers are down by 6. And they just have to tighten it up a little bit. Not playing too bad, just got to tighten it up. But make sure those passes are crisp, make sure they're good. Too many throwaways by Salem in that first half. Let's see what they can do in the second half. We also want to remind everybody we're going to be doing a doubleheader tomorrow night from Viburnum. Lady Tigers will take on the Lady Jays. That game will be at 6 o'clock tomorrow at Viburnum. And we'll come right back and follow that up with the boys game versus the Blue Jays. And that will be right around 7:30. We'll start out with Tiger Talk. Coach Cody Woody at about 5:50. And then we'll have for you that boys game with Coach Patterson. And that will be right about, we figure that's going to be pretty close to 7:30 when it starts. 7:20 with that Tiger Talk. And again, Coach Patterson. We're at halftime, and we're going to come back in 3 minutes with the second half of play. This is Tiger Basketball on KSMO Media.
With tax season fast approaching, you might have some questions that you need answered. If so, give the Tax Masters a call. They have over 40 years of experience and can handle all types of accounting services plus certified e-filing. Don't ever let yourself be a slave to the IRS. Come and see Jackie or Beth at Tax Masters, located at 107 West 4th Street here in Salem, or call 729-3001.
Terrell Complete Auto Care is a full-service auto repair center in Salem. They offer full-service oil changes as well as $2 discounts on Tuesdays for all ladies, and Wednesday is Senior Citizen Day. Plus, Terrell Complete Auto Care can take care of all your auto and diesel repair needs. They offer free pickup and delivery in town. James and Sheena and the staff of Terrell Complete Auto Care are proud to support the Salem Tigers.
This is Mike Elliott from Town & Country Insurance. As an independent agent, we shop many different companies, allowing us to find the best value for our clients. Town & Country Insurance has been serving South Central Missouri since 1963. We have offices in Salem, Rolla, Licking, and Mountain Grove, and would welcome an opportunity to show you what we can do for you. Stop by 400 West Scenic Rivers Boulevard, located inside the Town & Country Bank, or you can call our office at 729-6624.
No matter what, every morning, farmers go to work, doing what needs done. The work is unforgiving. The days are long, real long. They nurture, they grow, they harvest. When the day is done, sell the fruits of your labor to your neighbors on Town Screen.
Hi, I'm Susie Cahill, Director of Healthy Dent County Fitness Center. Are you looking for a place to begin your journey to better health? Come inside. Never in my life have I been in another atmosphere where everyone was so friendly and eager to help others. It's not just the staff, it's the members. They're so passionate about what they do and so excited to help you. If you're ready to begin your journey to better health, come by and see us.
The Ozark Natural and Cultural Resource Center is proud to present Trees and Trains. Enjoy all the beauty of Christmas at the ONCRC now until December 23rd. Admire the creativity of all of these decorative trees produced by the community. Then watch as the trains weave through the display. This exhibit is open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Make plans today to see Trees and Trains at the ONCRC here in Salem.
As we get ready for the second half, again, we want to thank our sponsors that make it possible for us to bring you the video and the audio of these games. And, of course, we do hope you enjoyed the parade. And it is a cool night out there Saturday night. But, again, your opportunity to watch the parade is still out there. J&D Automotive, Denton County Vet Clinic, Aligned by Design Health Center, and your hometown mechanical, they do a great job as well with your heating and cooling. If you have questions there, get in touch with them. And, of course, we're talking about all our great sponsors. And tell them that you thank them and next time you see them or use their services for making it possible for you to watch or listen to Tiger Sports as well as other activities right here on KSMO Media. We'll be back with another game next week on the video side. Otherwise, radio only for tomorrow and radio only for Friday from St. James. Both teams back on the floor to be the Cuba Wildcats inbounding it with a 6-point lead. And we're ready to get things underway here on your Monday night. Inbound comes now to Parker Stewart. He almost went back court, actually. Had 1 foot on, 1 foot over. He gets it to Kyle Ray. Now back to Beal, back to Parker Stewart. Stewart on that perimeter, looking inside, goes outside in that corner. Smith looking inside, couldn't get the pass there. Back to Stewart. Back to Smith. Three-pointer from the corner off the iron. Comes out high, and May brings it down. May getting tied up. Hits it off quickly to Gunnar Conkle. Conkle in the corner, Sanders. Three-pointer. It's an air ball. Comes back on the backside to Beal. He hands it off to Parker Stewart. Sanders a little too strong on that one. Coming down is Stewart. Stewart between the circles. Looking inside, hangs on to it, flips the left side to Hunter Smith. Down to Beal. Beal baseline underneath, reverse layup, no good. Brought down by Sanders, he missed it. And brought down by Hayden Sanders. The other way, Gunnar Conkle trying to go across as May went inside. Gunnar threw it out of bounds. Again, the unforced errors rearing their ugly head in this game. Here comes Stewart for Cuba. Stewart trying to drive down, stops, goes in the corner. Ray back on top to Smith. Smith back to Ray in the corner. Guard there by Gately. Gives it back to Smith. Smith trying to spot the man down low. Ball stolen away by Richter. Gives it off to Gunnar Conkle. Conkle will lay it up and in. First steal, first turnover for Cuba. First steal for the Salem Tigers. They make it a 4-point game. Stewart over the timeline. Salem in a half-court defense. Quick shot up and good by Ray, his third three of the game. And now it's a 7-point lead for Cuba. He was wide open, and then he buried that three. Here's Richter. Richter trying to drive in. Stops, spins, turns. Little short jumper. It's good. Nice play by Trey Richter. He's got 7. Tigers down by 5 as Stewart with 5:50 crosses the timeline. Again, Salem back in that half-court defense. Giving it off to Smith. Smith back in the corner. Stewart. He hit a 3 from that corner on the other side of the floor. That ball stolen away by Gately as he went up high. Brings it back down. And Salem narrowed that lead. Here's Gunnar Conkle. Cuba to Richter. Richter trying to drive in. Again, trying to hand that ball off to Gately. Now to Gunnar Conkle. 9-footer, no good. And it comes down the hands of Ray. And another foul on the Salem Tigers. I believe that might be on Gunnar. And that'll be his 4th. And he's going to sit down. Henry Cameron in the game. 32-27, Cuba with the lead. And Gunnar out for a while now with 4 fouls. Here's Parker Stewart trying to get away from May. Pushes off, no call. Turn, spins. Bryson steals it away from him. And they let Cuba call a timeout when he lost possession of the ball. Coach Patterson questioning that. May had taken the ball away. And they allowed the timeout to be called by Cuba. 32-27, Wildcats back in 30 seconds. This is Tiger Basketball on KSMO Media.
There's a place for do-it-yourselfers with everything for your car or truck.
Check out these holiday savings at K&H Auto Supply. Get a Power Torque 89-piece rotary bit set for $16.99. A 7-piece ratchet wrench set is priced at $49.99. And a Power Torque magnetic cup holder is only $3.49. K&H Auto Supply, your Parts City Auto Parts store in Salem.
Parts City. Yeah, Parts City. Parts City.
Coach Dace got away with one there. I hate to say it, but his player did not have the ball. Underneath, Ray all alone lays it in. Kyle Ray came off the far end. He's now got 13. Now Henry Cameron a 3. It's good. Tigers down by 4 with 4:40 to go. Back the other way, it's Ray. Out on top, Beal in the middle of Stewart. Left side pass to Smith. Back to Stewart. Stewart can't drive in. Goes back to Smith. Down low intended for Beal on the baseline. And he walked with the ball. Traveling call, and Salem gets the ball back. Caden DuBois comes in for Hayden Sanders. Walking it up right now. It's Richter. Richter trying to take it all the way down. Stops, looking back, kicks it back to May. May on that baseline, trying to get the reverse layup. He is fouled there, and he'll go to the line to shoot two. Kyle Ray is going to pick up that foul. May will go to the line. He is 3 of 4 from the stripe. That's the only free throw Salem has had in the game. They trail it by 4, make it 3. Bryson May. He'll try and bring Salem within a deuce. He does not. Ball brought down by Ray off the backboard. To Stewart. Salem begin with pressure. They flip it to Beal. Beal trying to get in the offensive zone. Does, but Caden DuBois will pick up a foul. He's got 3. Gunnar Conkle's got 4. And the inbound comes to Stewart. 4 minutes to go here in this, the third quarter. 3-point ball game. Stewart left side pass to Smith. Smith back to Stewart. Stewart guarded there by May. Stewart flips it out to Ray. Ray back to Stewart. Ball stolen away by Richter. Richter gets it, lays it up and in. Ball got tangled up in Trey's feet, but he came away with a steal. Salem down by a point. Flip pass now to Smith. Back to Parker Stewart. Stewart to his right, flips it down the corner to Beal. Beal on the baseline. Now on top to Smith. His shot will not go. Brought down and put back up and in by Hiley. 36-33 as Hiley checked in. Gave him that point, that senioritis. Something about them being in the right place. Here's May to the paint, lays it up, will not go. Put back up and missed by Gately as he was there. And down with the ball comes Stewart for Cuba. His pass to Ray. Ray trying to dance in. Shot up off the glass, no good. And a foul called on Salem on Gately. That'll be his third. 2:53 to go in the third quarter. And again, Salem falling into some foul issues. Ray, who has 13, makes it 14. Salem had gotten within a point. The rebound by Hiley and put back. And now the foul and free throw is good and then brought down underneath. And they tie up Beal, but the official calls a foul instead on Caden DuBois, and it'll be his fourth. The two Tigers now with 4 fouls. Hanger will come in the game. (37-33) with 2:51 to go, third quarter. Pass comes out on top to Ray. Ray takes the three. Off the rim, no good. Brought down by Gately, trying to fire it out. Does off the fingertips of Hiley. It belongs to Salem Tigers. Gately tried to throw that ball to Bryce and May or Hanger, one of the two, and the ball was tipped out of bounds by Hiley with 2:35 to go in the third quarter. Here's May. Hanging on to it, pass to DuBois inside Gately. Gately is fouled there by Cuba. They've got only 4 fouls in the entire game. That one on Dylan Beal, his first. DuBois outside Gately. Gately driving in, stops, goes back to DuBois on top May. May to DuBois. To May. May outside to Henry Cameron, right at the top of the key. Right side pass across to Hanger, and Coach Patterson calls a timeout. 2:16 to go, third quarter. 37 for Cuba, 33 for Salem. Back in 30 seconds. This is Tiger Basketball on KSMO Media.
Sorry, Dad.
Sure, you could get him a new car. You could also light a pile of money on fire. Because as long as Mr. It wasn't my fault takes the wheel on occasion, maintaining this car is your best option. So keep it running longer, stronger, with quality parts and a whole lot of Napa know-how.
Dad, where are you going?
We're in the third quarter. Don't forget, tomorrow we'll be at Viburnum and bring you girls and boys basketball action starting at 6 o'clock with the Lady Tigers and the Lady Jays. Starting with Coach Cody Woody at about 5:50 in Tiger Talk. And then the boys basketball game will immediately follow. We'll get a Tiger Talk in there with Coach Patterson as well. That's tomorrow night from Viburnum. Just 2 varsity games, boys and girls, back to back. 2:16 remain here in the third quarter. Lots of fouls for Salem again in this game, with Gunnar Conkle and Caden DuBois each now with 4 fouls. DuBois still in the game. Gunnar on the bench. Du Bois gets it in to Henry Cameron. Cameron fires it across to Hanger. Hanger couldn't get the shot off. Back to Du Bois. Right side pass to May. Guarded by Beal. Moves to his left. Stops. Trying to get across and fires it right out of bounds. May did not hit the leg of Stewart. Turnover by the Salem Tigers. Sanders back in, Hanger out. 37-33 our score with 2 minutes to go left in the third quarter. Here comes Stewart all the way down, kicks it down underneath, and a charge called on Stewart going over Caden Du Bois. Parker Stewart, his first, team's third. And no pressure by the Wildcats here. Half-court defense up by 4 with 1:50 to go third quarter. Here's May, bounce pass to Sanders. Sanders back to May. May between the circles. Moves to his left, stop, back on top. Cameron to Sanders. Henry now gets it over to Bryson May. May to the hole, scoops it up, trying to get it to go down, and a blocking foul on Hiley. And May back to the line. Evan Hiley with his first foul. May, who is 4 of 6 on the stripe, will shoot 2. He can make it a 1-possession game again. Free throw's good. Coming back in the game is Joel Sanders. He comes back in for Hiley. May's next one. This one, no good. Brought down by Beal. He hands it off to Parker Stewart. 37-34. Stewart trying to get a pick. Flips it back to Sanders. Sanders going baseline. Stops. And shot blocked away and taken back by Sanders, though. Goes in the corner. Here's Ray to Smith. Smith beyond 3, back to Ray. Ray stops, takes a quick 3 offline, no good, and it's going to go out of bounds. It'll belong to Salem Tigers. Ball just nicked the rim. Caden Du Bois smartly let it go out of bounds with exactly a minute to go in the third quarter as the Tigers bring it up the floor. Du Bois in the corner. It's Henry Cameron, a 3. No, it will not go. Brought down by Beal on the backside. Beal to Smith, now back to Parker Stewart. 40 seconds to go as he stands near center court. Back to Beal, right wing. Beal to the paint, stops, goes in, and a blocking foul called on the Salem Tigers. Beal actually a little bit out of control as he hit Henry Cameron. But Cameron will get the foul. It'll be a shooting foul. Even though he really wasn't in a shooting mode, he was in a running mode. And Beal, who has shot 7 free throws, makes it 8. And he hits this one. He is now 6 of 8. Back to a 4-point lead. Not a lot of scoring here by Cuba. 4 of their points, of their 10 points, have come from the free throw line. May to Du Bois. Quick pass down to Henry Cameron. Cameron beyond 3, going baseline. Short jumper, too short. Brought down there by Smith. Stolen away by Henry Cameron, back to May. May is fouled there by Hunter Smith. So the steal by Henry Cameron after the rebound taken down by Sanders. With 20 seconds left, Salem down by 5. Hayden flips it into Gately, out to Henry Cameron, right through his hands, out of bounds. Took his eye off the ball, went right through his hands, down to 18 seconds. Parker Stewart drives down the right side, giving it off to Beal. Beal trying to circle back. Now to Ray. Ray shot up short, comes down. Nobody went after it. Taken there by Sanders. A long three is up, no good. Tipped there and put back up, no good. As we have played three. Well, the Tigers almost gave that one away. Cuba scores 10 points in that third quarter. Salem Tigers actually net 11, but they still trail it by 5. So we go to fourth quarter, 39-34. We'll come back in 1 minute. This is Tiger Basketball on KSMO Media.
Relationships. It's not just being on a first name basis. It's a partnership built on trust. This is Scott Ball, president of the Bank of Salem. Since 1883, the Bank of Salem has been serving our local community with the kind of personal service and professionalism that builds relationships. We've earned the trust of our customers with over a century of strength and stability, never once changing our name or compromising customer service. Stop by one of our 2 locations in Salem, visit our website, or download our free mobile app. The Bank of Salem, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
I'm Dr. Tiffany Bland with Salem Memorial District Hospital. Recently, there have been many changes within our local clinics and hospitals, and you may find yourself looking for a new provider for your children. At SMDH, we would like to reach out to the community to let you know that we do see patients of all ages. Most of our providers are family practice, which means that we have been trained to see well child visits as well as sick visits. Salem Memorial District Hospital. Every patient, every encounter, every time.
We're getting ready to start the fourth quarter. Salem down by 5, 39-34. This is where they were at the end of one quarter play. It was 16-11 at that time. Tigers go on runs, but then they just cannot finish that run off with a real strong effort. They can't, well, I'll say continue to make, but they do then make maybe a bit of a blunder out on the floor, and it seems to cost them dearly. So right now they're down by 5. It's a 2-possession game. A lot of time left the whole fourth quarter. Pass to Du Bois, down to Sanders. Sanders trying to get inside. Ball stolen away as it went off Gately. Turnover number 4 for Salem Tigers. Cannot afford these turnovers here on just simple passes. Down low, all alone is Sanders. He lays it in. Good play by Cuba to draw the Tigers out. And it's Sanders right down that low post. Lays it home. May over to Du Bois. Tigers down by 7. Henry Cameron stops, goes back to Du Bois. Inside it goes to May. May gets a short jumper off, banks it home. Count the basket, or they call a charge. They called a charge on May. Wow. We have seen, or travel. I guess they called a travel. Sorry about that. They did call a travel on May. So he turned around with the ball. Back Beal, 41-34. Spins, turns, kicks it outside. Alone was Parker Stewart. Goes all the way back across the floor to Smith. Back to Beal. Beal trying to drive in, does. Short jumper, nope. Goes back over to Sanders. He lays it in. Again, Sanders got behind his defender. He was wide open on the other low post this time, and he banks it home, and suddenly Cuba with a 9-point lead. Pass to Du Bois, trying to go inside to Caden Gately. Nice pass there, and Gately is able to score. And a timeout called by Coach Patterson. 43-36. We're going to come back in 30 seconds. 6:38 to go left in this fourth quarter. 43-36 Cuba. This is Tiger Basketball on KSMO Media.
Duncan Family Chiropractic provides chiropractic care to everyone from newborn to elderly. Dr. Duncan treats wellness, sports injuries, chronic ear infections, pregnancy, and more. Ask Dr. Duncan about your full line of supplements, including Juice Plus and standard processed supplements, as well as pain relief, BioFreeze products.
It'll be Cuba ball under their basket after the Tigers Gately scored. First basket of this fourth quarter. Tigers down by 7, 43-36. Looking for them to go on some kind of run in this game. It's not really happened. Stewart goes right side, getting it there, Smith. Smith in the middle of the floor to Beal. Beal taking it down low, laying it up and in on the easy little flip is Parker Stewart. He's got 8. Lead again back to 9. So now Cuba has gone down to that low post, and they have capitalized on that 3 times. Sanders tried the 3, no good, partially blocked. Gately brought it down. He is tied up. And they're going to call possession arrow, and that will give the ball back to Cuba. 6:09 to go. The inbound comes to Parker Stewart. Stewart will bring it down against the half-court defense by the Salem Tigers. Now coming out and getting fouled is Smith, as May got elevated and fell into the player. So May now with 2 fouls. Conkle back in the game with his 4 fouls, with now 6 minutes, just a little under, to go in the fourth quarter. That pass almost stolen away off Gunnar Conkle's hands. Comes back to Ray. To Smith in the corner. 3-pointer up and off the iron by Sanders. Brought down by Henry Cameron. Ball loose to Gately, and he banks it in. Missed shot by the Tigers, and Gately banks it home. He's got 4. Salem again back to within 7 with 5.5 to go. Pass to Smith. Smith trying to get away from May. Flips it outside. Sanders trying to take it baseline, and blocking foul called on Gately. And that'll put Sanders to the line to shoot a 1-on-1. So now Caden Gately with 4. He's got 4. Du Bois has 4. Gunnar Conkle has 4. Du Bois comes back in the game. Salem does have reserves on the bench. Hangers there. Trey Richter there right now. Sanders, who has 7 points, misses the free throw. Taken there by May. Down by 7, the Tigers have the ball, 5:10 to go. Pass comes to Du Bois, inside to Conkle. Gunner's jumper, no good, brought down by Beal. Beal dishing it off to Hunter Smith, now back to Parker Stewart. Salem backs up, 4:55 to go. Stewart right side to Smith. Smith spins away from May, between the circles. Fires it right side to Sanders. Joel Sanders trying to throw it in the middle of the floor. Down low to Ray underneath. Putting the shot up, missing that shot. And putting it back up and in is Parker Stewart after the battle, and he draws the foul. And fouling out is Caden Du Bois with 4:42 to go. So Du Bois done. Gately back in. Stewart gets the basket. He'll shoot the free throw. And it's good. Lead now 10. Pass right side to May. May. Stop, fake the 3, now to Sanders in the corner. Henry Cameron trying to take it to the hole, misses everything. Comes over the backside into the hands of Parker Stewart. Stewart driving down the left side, gets to the timeline, fires it back to Smith. To Ray, a 3-pointer, good. Kyle Ray hits that 3, it's got 17, and now the lead is ballooned out to 13 for the Wildcats. Same with down by 5 coming into this fourth quarter. The Wildcats have lit it up. Gunnar Conkle with a 3. It will not fall. And Ray brings down the rebound with 4 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Beal has it. Beal away from 2 men. Flips it down low to Sanders outside to Parker Stewart. Stewart all the way down, lays it in. And Cuba pulling away from the Tigers. And Coach Patterson calls a timeout. 53-38. With Cuba on top, we'll take a 30-second break and come back. This is Tiger Basketball on KSMO Media.
If you have the audacity to believe a financial advisor should talk with you, not at you.
If you believe access to your financial advisor should be a right, not a privilege,
Join the nearly 7 million investors who think like you do. FaceTime and Think Time make a difference.
Join us.
Join us.
At Edward Jones, it's how we make sense of investing.
(53-38), a 15-point Cuba lead, and they have poured it on from the low post. Joel Sanders, a couple easy lay-ins from that low post, and Parker Stewart grabbing that rebound, scoring from just 2 to 3 feet away, and they have just taken advantage of every opportunity. Hit a three by Kyle Ray. That seemed to take a little steam out of Salem Tigers, and they gave up an easy two after that. Coach Patterson called timeout. Still 3:47 to go. A lot of time left. The Tigers got to get their shooting shoes on. They have not scored much here in the second half. Three from the corner by Gately. No good. Brought down by Henry. That shot will not go. Gunnar Cogle thought about the three. Doesn't shoot it. Now to Sanders. He hit May in the foot. And then Henry Cameron kind of run over by Hayden Sanders and may have gotten his bell rung a little bit. He's going to check out of the ball game. Hayden trying to avoid him, might have had his foot kick him in the head by accident. And a little slow in getting up. Brendan Hanger comes back in the game. 53-38. Foul called, by the way, on Henry Cameron. It puts Parker Stewart at the line. Shoot a 1-and-1. Parker now with 13 points in the game. He's trying to add to that right now. Free throw is no good, but brought down by Beal. He missed it, gets it again, tries it one more time. Count the basket and the foul, and I believe that Gately just fouled out. Or is it Gunner? Oh, they're going to call it on Sanders. Well, that's a break. Salem with 4 fouls, could not battle for that rebound and basically let Dylan Beal go after it. Salem out-rebounded so far in this game, 23-10 after 3 quarters. So they have not rebounded very well. Stolen by Cuba. They have the ball in the corner. Ray backs up, takes the three, and it is good. Well, pretty well putting a notch in this one. 20-point lead by Cuba with 3 minutes to go. They have just broken it open here in the fourth quarter. Gunnar Cogle back. He tries his three. It will not go. May trying to get it back up. No good. Finally putting it back up and in for the Salem Tigers as they check in. Gunnar Cogle brings down that rebound. Quickly the other way, ball knocked out of bounds. As Briar Bobbitt got that basket. Tigers looking to change anything. Down by 18. 2:42 to go. And we're going to start to see some different players come in the ball game. Roy Stevens takes off his jacket. Inbound comes to Beal. 2:40 to go. Guarded there by Bobbitt. Beal lost the ball, comes back, Stevens ties him up. And a timeout called by Coach Stace. 58-40, Cuba on top with 2.5 left to go in the fourth quarter, and Beal comes up limping. We'll take a 30-second break and come back. This is Tiger basketball on KSMO Media.
I am a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent, and I'm here to talk about life, your dreams, your work, your family, and how you can protect it all with a company that will talk to you with the honesty of a farmer and take care of you with the integrity of a neighbor. I'll make sure no detail is left uncovered so your family can breathe easy. Because just like you, I chose to build a life in Missouri too. I'm a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent, and I'm from Missouri for life.
58-40 is what we have on the clock with 2 minutes and a half left. It will be Cuba to inbound. Parker Stewart to do that. Flips it out. That's what 59. I'm sitting, I got 20 points in this fourth quarter. They were short a point. Now the other way. Shot blocked there by Meyer Bob at the student section. Very happy about that. 59-40. Stewart inbounds it to Ray. Ball tied up by Hanger, and possession error will favor Salem if they call it a jump ball, and they do. (59-40), a 19-point lead for the Wildcats. Here's May. May double teamed by Beal, and then he steals it right out of his hand, and a foul on Bryson May. Bryson ran right into that trap. So he got across the timeline, pulled up. 2 Wildcats trapped him. And May turned the ball over, and in doing so also got the foul. It'll put Beal at the line to shoot 2 for May. That will be his 4th foul. Cade Moody will check in. Trevor Dooley will check in. May will come out of the ball game after 3 fouls. Finishes with 11 points. Cuba came in, and this was a tight ball game for 3 quarters, but they've opened it up here. And the free throws by Beal are good. He's done a good job from the free throw line tonight for Cuba. Dooley back over to Cade Moody. Moody bounce pass down to Hanger. Hanger stops. The 3 off the rim, no good. Brought down by Beal. Quickly down to Ray, down the back door. Putting a shot up, blocking that is Bobbitt on Hiley. Comes down the hands of Hanger. Hanger the other way to Dooley in the corner. Dooley back to Hanger, back to Dooley. Fakes the 3, didn't take it. Now on top, Moody. Moody back to Dooley. Back on top, Stevens. Left side, Caden. Now Hanger in the corner. Shot blocked out of bounds by Hunter Smith. And getting a little testy out there. Technical called on Hunter Smith. And Hanger will go to the line. He will shoot 2. After a little block shot incident in the corner. Smith gets called for the technical. And each school deals with that in a different way as Hanger hits the free throw. And a crew of other players will check in for Cuba with 1.5 minutes to go. Elrod checks in. Also coming back in the game is Max Kimberlin. They both had some varsity time earlier. Driving down his Hanger all the way out to Dooley for the 3 from the corner. It's off the iron. Bobbitt brings it down, puts it back up. No good. And it's brought down by Isaac Duarte, the only junior on this team. The other way comes Duarte, flipping it there to Elrod with 1:10. Elrod stands out between the circles, starts his drive, flips it back off to Duarte. Duarte flipping it back outside to Preston Heads, and a foul call on Heads for the push-off. Just under a minute to go in this one. Tigers trail it by 20. Hanger trying to dance down, stays inbounds to Moody for a three-pointer. It's good. Cade Moody hits the three, 61-44. Walking it down, it's Elrod, Jesse Elrod. Moving to his left now, counters back the other way, flipping it there to Heads. Preston Heads. Stop to Duarte. Duarte top of the key. Stops again. They flip it back to Elrod. Trying to drive past Dooley. Gets cut off. Now to Heads. On top, Duarte. Trying to drive in. Gets cut off. Big cluster of players. And Cuba just content just to pull to the left. Circle back to the right. Now Heads. Guarded by Moody with 8 seconds to go. Back on top to Duarte. Duarte will back it out, and this one will end that way. 61-44. Salem Tigers dropped to 1-4 on a year, and they will be in Viburnum tomorrow trying to break this 4-game losing streak. The Cuba Wildcats go wild in the fourth quarter, score 22 points over the Tigers 10, and beat them convincingly here at the Salem High School gym by a final score of 61-44. We'll come back in 3 minutes with stats on this one. This is Tiger Basketball on KSMO Media. Every project is different, which is why Salem Truss uses modern engineering software to design, then construct quality trusses for your home, barn, or business. The size of the job doesn't matter, but the quality of the work does, which is why Salem Truss will deliver their trusses anywhere. Proud to support the Salem community, they're open Monday through Thursday from 7:30 to 4:30 and Friday from 7:30 until 11. For more information, call Salem Truss at 729-9276.
Southwest Baptist University campus in Salem provides quality higher education close to home for residents of Dent County and the surrounding areas. The classes at SBU Salem campus are taught in the afternoon and evenings, making a degree attainable for people who are in the workforce or can't afford to go off to get a degree. We offer degrees in nursing, which is an RN Bridge program, elementary education. For more information on the degrees and programs, please contact admissions counselor Chris Welch to schedule an appointment as a prospective or returning student.
Southtown Furniture. Southtown, where the bargains are. We've got everything from furniture to appliances. Quality floor covering. We won't be undersold, you'll see. To you, that is our guarantee. Southtown Furniture, where the bargains are.
Your legacy. Protect it, prosper, and pass it on. Stephen Patterson, attorney at law, specializes in real estate planning, probate, family law, and business law. A Salem native, Stephen Patterson provides comprehensive representation to clients throughout southern Missouri. If you need assistance, contact Stephen Patterson, attorney at law, at 573-453-2529.
For surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Cameron Irway in Salem today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
With tax season fast approaching, you might have some questions that you need answered. If so, give the Tax Masters a call. They have over 40 years of experience and can handle all types of accounting services plus certified e-filing. Don't ever let yourself be a slave to the IRS. Come and see Jackie or Beth at Tax Masters, located at 107 West 4th Street here in Salem, or call 729-3001.
The Tigers fall to Cuba 61-44 in a game that was really seesaw. Salem was within 1 point in the third quarter at one time as they outscored Cuba 11-10 in that third quarter and got to within one. And then Cuba was able to pull away 4 straight points and made it back to a 5-point ball game. And that's how the third quarter ended. But then Cuba came out and took advantage of the low post and also the Tigers' inability to get very close as Salem was stuck really with a lot of fouls. Gunnar Conkle had 4 fouls early in that third quarter and sat down. Caden DuBois, he got 4 fouls. Caden Gately got 4 fouls. And then Gunnar Conkle and Caden DuBois eventually both fouled out of the ball game. Bryson May finished with 3. Every Tiger player who had extensive floor time got fouls. 2 by Henry Cameron, 2 by Trevathan Richter, 3 by Bryson May, and 2 by Hayden Sanders. But Cuba was just absolutely angels in that first half. As I mentioned early in the first half, Salem had 4 team fouls with just about 3 minutes to go in the first half and ended up with 12. 8 fouls in the next 3 minutes, and that kind of opened things up a little bit and gave Cuba that 6-point lead. As we mentioned, they had 6 extra made free throws in that first half. Well, there you go. Or you can talk about the other threes that they had 2 more threes than the Salem Tigers. Number of different ways to look at it, but when you get those extra free throws, they were 9 of 12 in that first half, 12 of 16 in after 3 quarters, and 16 of 21 for the game. And you start shooting 75% from the free throw line for your whole team, doing pretty well. Salem Tigers shot 6 of 10 in the entire game, so 21 versus 10 free throws. So a little bit more aggressive team, the Cuba Wildcats, and drawing fouls and then taking advantage of those free throw opportunities. Grant you the 10-point difference in free throws there is not the difference in the game. That's a 17-point difference. But when you cannot defend because of the foul situation you're in, got guys like Joel Sanders who didn't score much in the first 3 quarters. He planted himself down that low post. He's a big guy, and the Tigers, the only way to get down there would be to kind of get a little bit physical with him, and they're going to get the fouls, and they're going to, give him opportunities. And he was able to score some easy baskets. Parker Stewart did the same and ended up with 13 points by getting down to that low post. So you got to give Cuba a lot of credit. They re-strategized things in that fourth quarter and came out and took advantage of the Tigers' situation with the fouls and forced the play down low. Salem really could not defend. And Cuba walked away with a 22-point fourth quarter and beating Salem by 17, 61-44. Leading scorer was Kyle Ray. He had 20 points in the game. He had 5 threes in this one. He's followed by Dylan Beal with 16. Parker Stewart had 13, so 3 guys in double figures for Cuba. They were given 7 points by Joel Sanders. Also contributing in the game was Hunter Smith with a 3, and Evan Hindley had a basket in the game as well. Salem Tigers were led by Bryson May with 11, 9 points by Trevathan Richter, 8 by Gunnar Conkle, 4 points by Caden Gately, 3 each by Hayden Sanders, Caden Moody, and Henry Cameron, 2 by Briar Bobbitt, and 1 by Brendan Hanger in the game. As we mentioned, Salem 6 of 10 from the free throw line. Cuba 16 of 21. Tigers had 21 turnovers, Cuba 17. Salem finished with 9 steals, Cuba 10. And in rebounding, though, that's the big difference in this game as Cuba out-rebounded the Salem Tigers 2-1, 30-15 in the contest. Big difference there in the rebounding, and they took advantage of that. So the Tigers fall to 1-4 on the season, and they'll try and break this 4-game losing streak when they head down to face Viburnum tomorrow night at the Viburnum Blue Jays Gymnasium. Now, tomorrow's a doubleheader. We'll have the girls varsity first. That'll come at 6 o'clock, starting with Tiger Talk and Coach Cody Woody at about 5:50. And then the boys' game will follow at Viburnum at about 7:30. We'll bring both of those here on KSMO Radio. Those will not be video streamed on the KSMO media stream. Therefore, we got another ball game tomorrow night. Let's see if the Tigers can rectify the situation. They can talk about it and come out and see what they can do when they take on Viburnum tomorrow night. Final score here tonight, the Cuba Wildcats 61, Salem Tigers 44. And for those on the radio side, we're going to be heading to Blues hockey as they will be taking on the New York Rangers, and that game will start here shortly. The pregame is still on, but that is on a delayed basis here on KSMO Radio. Thanks all of you for joining us. For Ben, who's manning controls down below, for Krista back at the station, my name is Stan Stevens. Thanks for joining us. We hope your night goes great. Stay tuned on the radio side for Blues hockey. Otherwise, for those on the video side, thanks for joining us for Tiger basketball on KSMO Media. Have yourselves a great evening. Good night from the high school gym.
Thank you for watching this KSMO Media broadcast of Salem Tiger basketball. This game was brought to you by K&H Auto Supply, Salem Memorial District Hospital, Farm Bureau Insurance, Bank of Salem, Napa Auto Parts, Monet Auto Supply, Tax Masters, Southwest Baptist University, Salem Campus, Town and Country Insurance, Terrell Complete Auto Care, Edward Jones, Duncan Family Chiropractic, Ozark Overhead Door LLC, State Farm Insurance, Salem Trust, Southtown Furniture, Stephen Patterson, Attorney at Law, Living the Dream Outdoor Properties, Wilson Mortuary, Align by Design Health Center, Town and Country Bank, Healthy Dent County, Elwood Real Estate, Dent County Veterinary Clinic, Hometown Mechanical, Town Screen LLC.